It is no secret that I have lost and gained hundreds and hundreds of pounds throughout the course of my life. And surprise, surprise, in 2025, I gained weight again because y'all, the new healthy relationship weight gain is real. I put on about 10 pounds, and in 2026, I'm going to be working hard to get that weight off and transform my body yet again. But in today's episode, I'm going to share with you the differences between how I lost weight back in 2016 when I starved myself skinny versus how I'm losing weight in 2026 in a healthy and maintainable way, in a way where I'm not miserable along the way, in a way where I have a positive mindset, in a way where I'm not starving myself, and most importantly, in a way where I love myself and my body along the way. I hope that you'll tune in, enjoy today's episode. I know you're going to take something positive away from it, especially if you're wanting to transform your body in 2026. Hello, my love, and welcome back to another episode of the Queen of Pep Talks podcast. Happy Wednesday. I hope that your day and your week are off to the most fantastic start. I am so grateful for you guys. You have no idea how much your love and support here on YouTube has meant to me. If you're listening to the podcast, please go watch it on video. Give yourself the opportunity to experience what it's like to connect with me on a deeper level. I know that you're going to love it so much. If you are tuning in on YouTube, please make sure that you are engaging with me. It means so much. Subscribe to the channel so you're notified when new episodes drop. Make sure you're hitting the like button and please comment. Let me know your takeaways from the episodes. I love the opportunity to engage with you. I am so excited for today's episode. Look, if you know me, if you've been in my world for any amount of time, whether it's been a week, a month, a year, or 10 years, there is no secret that I have lost and gained weight a billion times. Like, I have literally lost and gained more weight than I can even count. I would probably say upwards of about 400 pounds. I lost 100 pounds for the first time when I was 19 years old. Shout out to the Special K diet and Billy Blanks. I was kicking and punching my way to being as skinny as possible. I very quickly regained all of that weight, and from that point yo-yoed for a really long time until I again lost 120 pounds. And then at that point finally realized, like, whoa, I have a very dysfunctional relationship with food. I took time to heal my relationship with food. With that, I did gain weight. And since then, I have continued to yo-yo about 10 to 15 pounds. The truth of the matter is 2025, it tried to take me out. 2025, as we know, I've shared it to death. 2025 tried to take me out. But the most beautiful blessing found its way into my life in 2025, and that was my amazing boyfriend, Oz. I love this man. Like, when I tell y'all, we are like this, like, he is just everything. But the relationship weight gain, it's real. I have put on probably about 10, maybe 12 pounds over the course of 2025, even though I was in the gym consistently. I was doing cardio for most of the year, likely not as committed as I had been prior, but doing cardio, hitting the gym, free from binge eating, free from emotional eating. But the thing is, you don't have to be an emotional eater or a binge eater to gain weight. There's this common misconception. People will come at me all the time and say, oh my gosh, you must be back to binge eating. Girl, no, I'm just eating too much. Like, I am just eating more than I need. And I'm making choices that probably are not the best for me. And that's okay because I'm a human and that's life sometimes. But in 2026, I am locked back in. One of my biggest goals this year is to cook more. I can tell you, in my marriage, truly, I was so spoiled. I hardly had to cook for myself ever. And now, obviously, in a relationship, but living my life by myself, I'm required to feed myself all these meals. Like, man, it's really a challenge. But this year, I really want to commit myself to getting back to a place where my body feels its best. Because, I mean, look at me. Obviously, I still think that I look amazing, but if I'm being completely honest, I don't feel 100% my best. It's wild how, as a person who used to carry 100 extra pounds, it's crazy to me that I can feel the difference in 10 to 15 pounds on my body. Like, I can literally feel the difference on my body when I'm training, when I'm doing cardio, when I'm moving around the house. You know, I love my self-tanner. When I'm like trying to self-tan my back, I'm like, am I out of breath from this? Like, girl, what is up? I can feel the difference when I put just 10 to 15 pounds on my body. So in 2026, I'm really committed to getting those 10 pounds off, tightening up a little bit more, recomping a little bit, and seeing if I can be the hottest version of myself come summer 2026. And if you want to do the same for yourself, I want to give you some words of encouragement in today's episode. I want to talk to you about the difference between how I lost weight back in 2016 when I was getting ready for my wedding versus how I'm losing weight 10 years later here in 2026, because the mindset, the attitude, the habits, the behaviors, all of it radically, radically different. And I want to help you learn how to create more sustainable weight loss so that you don't have to go through this yo-yoing that maybe you've already done for most of your life, but I've certainly done for the large majority of my life. One thing about me, though, that I really want to take the time to acknowledge is I have lost and maintained an incredible amount of weight. And I think sometimes because I'm not at my smallest, maybe you'll resonate with this. Sometimes because I'm not at my smallest, I don't give myself the credit of like, girl, look at what you did. You lost a significant amount of weight. You literally turned your entire life around. You went from being completely sedentary and binge eating to having a healthy relationship with food and literally being an athlete. Like I did powerlifting. I changed my entire life. And I want you to, if you're in a place where you've lost a lot of weight and you're not at your smallest and you're feeling like, oh my gosh, like it's not even worth me taking the time to acknowledge this because I'm not as tiny as I once was, fuck that. It is time for you to take the time to acknowledge the effort that you have put in and the way that you have changed your life, even if you're not at your smallest. So today I want to talk about 7 differences between how I lost weight back in 2016 versus how I'm losing weight here in 2026, because truly your mindset and your attitude are so important, and the habits and behaviors that you participate in and the degree in which you approach them, the intensity in which you approach them with is going to make a radical difference in terms of whether the weight that you lose is sustainable or the weight that you lose is something that you pack right back on. And I don't know about you, but I got really fucking exhausted from losing 50, 60, 70 pounds and then putting every single pound right back on. This isn't to say that your body won't fluctuate 5, 10, 15 pounds depending on the season that you're in your life. I think that's very, very normal. But if you want to sustain a significant amount of weight loss, we need to make sure that we're working on our mindset and our approach. And that's what I'm going to share with you today, so that you can really have a positive mindset and an approach that will allow you to create sustainable weight loss in 2026. Okay, so the first, and I would say probably one of the biggest differences between me losing weight 10 years ago versus me losing weight today is that I'm not obsessed with weight loss. I want to incorporate changes and modifications to my behaviors and to my lifestyle in a way that feels like it is incorporated into my life, not like my entire life shuts down and losing weight is the only thing that I focus on. Do you know, back in 2015, 2016, 2017, when I was losing weight, I was literally psychotic about it. So much so that I would show up to family cookouts, family holiday celebrations with containers full of food. You would not catch me eating the cookout food because I needed to have weighed and portioned all of my food. Now, look, I know that there are certain lifestyles that require that. If you're in the bodybuilding world and you're prepping for a show, sure, that makes sense. If you are a normal human being who is navigating life and just wanting to be a bit healthier and lose some weight, that is a little bit obsessive, in my honest opinion. If you're doing that and it feels amazing for you, no shade, no judgment from me. But at the end of the day, do you really want to be packing your meals for holiday celebrations and family cookouts and barbecues? Probably not. So I want you to work on this year, finding a way to focus on losing weight without losing yourself in the idea of losing weight, without it being the core thing that takes over all of your focus in life. Because at the end of the day, it is a very slippery slope and it is a very negative place to get into mentally, where you feel like your life's purpose is weight loss. I need you to hear me. Your life's purpose is not to be the smallest version of yourself. You want to be healthier? Amazing. You want to feel good in your body? Fantastic. You want to feel sexy and confident in the clothes that you put on? Love that for you. But let's not get obsessed with the idea that being our smallest is our life's purpose, because it's not. So find a way to incorporate weight loss into your life, whatever that looks like. But girl, let's stop with the obsession, okay? The second shift that's happened for me from 2016 versus now in 2026 is that in approaching weight loss this year, I'm not focused on eating as little as possible. Like I mentioned at the start of this episode, back when I was 19 years old and I lost weight for the first time, I literally ate between 800 and 900 calories a day. I starved myself skinny. Like that was the goal, to starve myself skinny, eat as little as possible, because I wanted to get to the end result as quickly as possible. And I failed to realize the work doesn't stop when you get there. You have to continue working hard and maintaining the habits and routines that helped you lose the weight in order to sustain it. So I starved myself and I thought, great, I'm going to get this weight off as fast as possible. And then I can wash my hands of it and I'll be done. Boy, was I wrong. This time around, I'm actually focused on eating as much as possible. I want to be able to consume as much food as possible while seeing the results that I want. That way, when the results start to slow down, guess what? I can remove a little bit more food and not feel like I am starving to death. So I really hope that whether you are tracking your macros, tracking your calories, doing Weight Watcher points, whatever feels good for you, I hope that you will consider that the goal is not to, number one, lose the weight as fast as possible, but it's also, number two, not to feed yourself as little as possible. I want you to shift your mindset to looking at food as something that fuels you, fuels your exercises, fuels your brain, fuels your body, fuels you through life. You're not going to function at a very high capacity if you're not feeding yourself well. So please, can we ditch the mindset in 2026 that we are going to starve ourselves skinny? That's so 2015, isn't it? The third shift that's happened for me from 2016 versus now is that I'm not doing endless amounts of cardio. Period. Like when I tell you I was doing 2-a-days of Billy Blank's 45-minute workouts twice a day, 90 minutes of kicking and punching and sweating my butt off with Billy Blanks. I don't know if I told you all this, but a couple of years ago, I decided to pull out a Billy Blanks workout. It made me sick that I literally knew the words to the workout. Like I knew what he was going to say before he even said it because it was so ingrained in my brain from having done it so many times. I was obsessed with 2-day workouts. I was obsessed with doing cardio. I didn't really care what my body looked like at the time. I didn't realize what doing endless amounts of cardio and no strength training, I didn't realize what that was doing to me. But in 2026, I'm not doing endless amounts of cardio. Number one, because I don't feel like it. Number two, because it's not really necessary. And number three, it's certainly not going to help me build the body that I want to have. So in 2026, I'm going to continue to focus on lifting heavy. I started back with a new trainer. Well, you guys might remember Eddie from back in the day. I'm back to training with Eddie, doing bodybuilding style training, and I'm very excited about it. I'm ready to get strong. I'm ready to look fit. I'm ready to feel amazing. And I know that that's going to come. The truth of the matter is, you are not going to change your body and lose the weight that you think in the gym. Sure, you're going to build muscle there, and sure, you're going to help recomp your body there. But the true weight loss results that you're looking for, that is going to come from your kitchen. So get your pretty butt in the kitchen, start meal prepping, prioritize your protein, feed yourself as much as possible, and stop doing endless amounts of cardio. Sure, I mean, maybe you enjoy it, so do it, but let's also make sure that we're lifting heavy, and let's also make sure that we're not punishing ourselves with cardio just because we've eaten too much. That's an entire conversation for another time, but exercise is not punishment. Capiche? What is up, you guys? I am briefly interrupting today's episode to let you know that I have a brand new masterclass happening on Friday, and I would love for you to be a part of it. Inside of today's episode, we're talking about how you can create more sustainable weight loss results for yourself in 2026. And this masterclass that I am teaching on Friday is going to give you the secret that you have been looking for. So many of us want to find the secret pill, the magic potion, the shortcut to achieving the results that we want. The good news is, I found it. And inside of this brand new masterclass, I'm going to teach you exactly what it is. If you want to create sustainable weight loss in 2026, this is something that you are going to need to hear. You can gain access for just $22, but not only are you going to get this live free masterclass, you're also going to get access to 80 trainings that you can literally binge listen to, all around improving your relationship with food, creating more confidence in your body, becoming more consistent, and creating the results that you want, not just when it comes to transforming your body, but in your life. If you've struggled with all or nothing thinking, perfectionism, people pleasing, lack of boundaries, you are in for a treat when you sign up for this brand new masterclass, The Secret Pill. $22, this live masterclass plus 80 additional trainings. Y'all, do you know how many hours of trainings that is where I'm going to pour into you to help you become the woman that you really want to be? You can sign up via the link in the description. I love you guys so much. And now back to today's episode. The fourth thing, and this is probably my favorite from the list, that has changed for me since 2026 is that I am no longer focused on achieving a dream body that I am not capable of having. Let me explain what I mean. When I was in my teens and my early 20s, my obsession was I wanted so badly, this sounds ridiculous to even say it out loud. I so badly wanted to be like a 5'3", a 5'4", 105, 110-pound girly. I wanted to look like a gymnast. I wanted a flat chest. I wanted a bubble butt. I mean, maybe. But I wanted to be tiny. And I don't know if you've not seen me in the flesh, in the real world, you might be shocked that I'm not a small person. I'm 5'9". People are often surprised at how tall I am. I'm 5'9", and I'm almost always wearing heels. So I'm literally like 6'1" or 6'2". And I'm a bigger person. Like, look at the size of my hands. I wear a size 10 shoe. Like, I'm not a small person. I had to let go of this obsession around achieving some kind of dream body that was quite literally just not in my genetic DNA. It's impossible for me to shrink from a 5'9" person to a 5'3" person. So my obsession with being small was so much more than just losing weight. Like, I really wanted to change my entire frame. How ridiculous is that? I have truly had to make peace with the body that I'm living in and accept the fact that my 5'9" body is happiest between 185 pounds and 205 pounds. That is my natural set point where my body feels its best, where I can eat without obsessing over what I'm putting in my mouth, where I can have food freedom, where I can move my body in a way that feels good without feeling like I'm going to burn out all of the time. I want you to let go of the obsession over goal weights, over goal bodies, especially if they're physiques that you are just not literally built to have. It's important for you to understand that this is the body that you were given. The good man above has gifted you with this beautiful body that you're living in. And if you're obsessed with looking like someone else, that's going to be a problem for you. So right now for me, my goal body, I've been looking back at photos from early 2024 before my life got wrecked and flipped upside down, but actually it's going to be even better than ever now. I swear. But I look back at photos of me from 2024 and I'm like, yes, like that is it. Me, my body, that is what I want to look like. Even better this time around. No one on this earth is walking around with your dream body, because guess what? Your dream body, take a look down. Your dream body is going to come from the body that you are currently living in. Requires you to make peace with the skin that you're in right now, first and foremost. Okay? The fifth shift that has happened since 2016 to today is the relationship that I have with food. And there's so much that I can say about this. Obviously, I've done years of work on healing my binge eating. I've done years of work on learning how to cope with my emotions in a healthy way so that I'm not turning to food to deal with the hard things that happen in my life. But the biggest shift that has come for me when it comes to desiring to change my body, wanting to lose weight, and wanting to transform physically is really letting go of the all or nothing mindset that I once had around food. I used to have the belief that if I wanted to lose weight, that meant I could never enjoy the foods that I loved. When truthfully, if you want your weight loss journey to be enjoyable, which will make it then sustainable, the best thing you can do for yourself is feed yourself the foods that you love. Find healthy alternatives, incorporate the real thing into your diet on a regular basis. I used to have this idea of like, oh my gosh, if I want to have pizza and it's a Wednesday, I'm not allowed to have pizza because it's not the weekend. So I would save my pizza for the weekend. And then when I gave myself the pizza on Saturday, I would spiral out of control because I felt like I'd done something bad. There's no good foods. There's no bad foods. There are foods that may be more nutritionally dense for you. Sure. Amazing. Fantastic. Incorporate those into your diet on a frequent basis. But at the end of the day, pizza is not bad for you. You just need to learn a little bit of self-control. You need to learn to have a slice or two and then stop. You don't need to eat the entire pizza. You need to practice a little bit of discipline. You need to ask yourself, does this choice with food align with the goals that I have for myself? If I know I want to transform my body, I know it requires me to be in a calorie deficit. I know it requires me to make healthier choices. So asking yourself, can I have some without going crazy? And if that answer is no, then my girl, you need to hire me so I can help you learn to have some without losing control, okay? The sixth thing that has changed for me, and this has been drastic for my confidence in my life, is that I don't believe that losing 10, 15, even if you're in a position where you're wanting to lose more weight, maybe you're wanting to lose 50, 100 pounds, We have to let go of the idea that being smaller is the key to being happier. I don't believe that I'm going to be a happier person when I lose 10 pounds. I don't believe that I'm going to be a more confident person when I lose 10 pounds. What I do believe is that I'm going to feel better in my body. What I do believe is that I'm going to be really proud of myself for setting a goal and showing myself that I can execute towards it and bring that goal to fruition. And is that going to make me feel better about myself? Yes. Absolutely it is. But your body is not the thing that makes you feel better about yourself. And the evidence that I have to prove this to you, I would be willing to bet that there was a time in your life where you were maybe smaller than you are right now. Maybe you had lost a bunch of weight, but yet when you looked in the mirror, you still found yourself to be quite unhappy. You still thought you were fat. You still didn't like the cellulite on your legs. You didn't like the loose skin on your stomach. You didn't like the fat jiggling on your arms. Whatever it was, you found a problem with your body. You didn't lose the weight and you're like, oh my gosh, best body ever. You still looked in the mirror and beat yourself up about it. This is evidence that it is not your body in and of itself that is going to change the way that you feel about yourself. If you want to create sustainable weight loss, one of the biggest things that I can encourage you to do is actually appreciate the hard work that you are doing to change your body and find some appreciation for what your body is doing for you and learn to look in the mirror and love it no matter its size. I want you to practice looking in the mirror today and learning to love and appreciate your body, because 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds, it is not going to automatically make you look in the mirror and love the body that you are living in. The way that you feel about your body doesn't come from your body. It comes from up here. It comes from the way that you think about your body. So what is the relationship that you have with your body? Are you in the habit of beating yourself up? Are you in the habit of tearing yourself down? Are you in the habit of calling yourself names like fat and gross? Or are you in the habit of looking in the mirror and appreciating what your body does for you? Are you in the habit of calling yourself kind things like beautiful, like fit, like having the initiative or having the motivation or having the inspiration or having the courage to pursue the changes that you want in your life? The way that you speak to yourself is everything related to your body and beyond. We've got to let go of the belief that a smaller body is going to equal a happier version of you. A more committed person is going to make you happier. A more disciplined person is going to make you happier. A woman who does what she says she's going to do and keeps the promises that she makes to herself, those things are going to make you happier. But it's not going to be your body. And those things are only going to make you happier if you learn to focus on appreciating being a woman who does those things. And the seventh and final thing that really has changed for me, and the truth is, in 2026, I want to lose a couple pounds. I haven't even stepped on the scale. I'm not really worried about the scale moving. I know that I've gained between 10 and 12 pounds because I had a doctor appointment a couple of weeks ago, and I know that I'm up from my last weight when I was there. But I don't even have a scale in my apartment. I have no intentions of buying a scale. I'm really not in a place where I'm obsessed with the number at all. If I'm 230 pounds and I feel amazing, cool. If I'm 170 pounds and I feel amazing, cool. I know that I feel my best when I'm taking care of myself. So I no longer allow the scale to dictate whether or not what I'm doing is working. How often on a weight loss journey have you stepped on the scale and the number has gone up and you've thought, why the fuck am I even doing this? Why should I even bother? I'm not even getting the results that I want. It's not working. I think that it's a very dangerous place to be in mentally when the only time we care to take care of ourselves is when we see the number on the scale going down. You deserve to prioritize your well-being and take care of yourself and the body that you live in, whether or not you want to lose weight. And I think that too many of us have this convoluted idea that we show up and we take care of ourselves when weight loss is the goal that we have. We always have an ulterior motive of wanting to lose weight. Can you learn to be a woman who simply wants to take care of herself because you love who you are, because you love the person that you are, and you realize that you are worthy and deserving of being taken care of by yourself, whether you want to lose weight or not? When you can learn and embody this, you'll realize, okay, I can be consistent for the long run, not just when I'm wanting to lose weight. And isn't that the goal? In 2025, it's embarrassing to admit this. In 2025, I ate out. I went out to dinner. I ordered out more than I probably had in the last 5 or 6 years of my life. Like literally no joke. I ate out so much last year, which is why one of my resolutions for myself this year is to eat the food that I have at home. Like, how many times do you have to have that conversation with yourself? Like, there's food at home. There's food at home. Go home and eat. Cook something. Stop being so fucking lazy. These are the conversations that I have to have with myself. I ate out so much. I knew that wasn't the best decision for me, but I also knew I was going on dates like multiple times a week with my boyfriend, and I was so excited about it. I was falling in love, and I was happy, and I was eating, and I was happy, and it felt good, and I was happy, and it was like, it is what it is. That didn't stop me from doing all of the other things that I know are good for me. Drinking my water, prioritizing my protein, getting to the gym, getting my steps in, making sure I was getting 8 hours of sleep every night, taking care of my mindset, doing my journaling. It didn't stop me from doing all of these other things that I know are good for me. We have to let go of this all or nothing thinking when it comes to creating change in our physical bodies and realize there can be one piece that's a little bit out of place and things aren't going perfectly over there. But that doesn't have to detract from all of the other amazing things that you can and should be doing for yourself. But when we only deem taking care of ourselves as valuable is when the number on the scale is going down or when we're focused on losing weight. It's like, how are you ever going to be consistent? Because you cannot lose weight forever. I know that that's hard to hear. You can't lose weight forever, and you're not meant to lose weight forever. You are not meant to spend the rest of your life on a diet. You're meant to intentionally focus on reducing calories over, 8, 12 weeks, lose some weight, go back to maybe a maintenance phase. And then a couple of months later, if you have more weight to lose, maybe circle back and do it again. But you are not meant to live the rest of your life on a diet. And you are certainly not meant to yo-yo the same 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 pounds for the rest of your life. Changing your body in 2026 is going to take an incredible level of accountability, an incredible amount of discipline, and a commitment to being a different version of yourself, a version of you that is excited about showing up and taking care of yourself, a version of you that loves yourself enough to want to prioritize your own well-being and the things that make you feel your best. Can we commit to no more yo-yo dieting? Sure, 5, 10 pounds in different seasons of our lives, it's okay. It makes sense. But 2026 is not going to be another year of you losing 50 or 100 pounds just to turn around and in 2027 put it back on. If you implement these 7 things that I shared with you, you're going to take a radically different approach to changing your body this year, and it's going to be an approach that is sustainable. Okay? I love you guys so much. If you learned something in this episode, it was beneficial for you, you're taking something away, one of these things stood out for you, I would love to know. Let me know in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. Please make sure that you like and subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, you can rate and review the show, or on Spotify, you can engage with me through the Q&A feature. I love you guys to absolute pieces. I'm so appreciative that you are here. It means the absolute world to me. And I will talk to you next Wednesday on a brand new episode of the Queen of Pep Talks podcast. See ya.